medical care she needed, instead treated the patient on her own.
Yo, what is up guys? I'm back with another video today, and today I am playing Toilet Time. I've already played this, but the up didn't record, and then it did record, it just didn't want to upload. But yeah, Toilet Time is a very weird game.
Kind of like, wow, you know, I can't believe it.
Louis Inman lives in the neighborhood and says he had no idea this was going on.
That's really messed up there. I mean, somebody neglected somebody along the road, you know.
Victor's daughter making a plea to the judge today, claiming her mother was a licensed nurse, and this was not what it seems.
She's not what it appears on paper right now. So I'm just asking to please be immediate when she can to get her home.
Well, we have learned that Victor actually made her $20,000 bond. She could be released from jail any moment. We have a crew there waiting for her release. But if she is convicted, she could face up to 30 years in jail. Reporting live in Palmdale Beach, Cheyenne Malone, Local 10 News.
New at 5:30, a shocking robbery caught on camera in Florida City. Watch as two thieves enter this gas station, one of them with a bat. That bat-wielding man attacks the clerk right behind the counter, swinging wildly while his accomplice goes for the cash register. At one point,
I was paying attention.
But in the end, both suspects would get away. The clerks suffering some minor injuries.
A stabbing in front of a store in northwest Miami-Dade. This happened on the outside of the Lakeside Market on Northwest 17th Avenue near 111th Street. Miami-Dade police say the victim was stabbed in the arm. This injury wasn't life-threatening, and that attacker ran off. A mother arrested after allegedly driving high while her 2-year-old son was in the car. She's now been issued a $7,000 bond. Augustina Straka appeared in court today on child neglect and DUI charges. The judge also ordered her contact with her son to be restricted. Police say they found marijuana and cocaine inside a Frosta's car Tuesday night, and that she had a white powdery substance under her nose. A rollover wreck on I-75 near Miramar Parkway had traffic backed up this afternoon. I-10 over that scene. All of the northbound lanes at West Point were closed until the wrecked vehicles could be cleared away. At least 2 cars were involved in this crash, and at least 1 person was seen being airlifted to the hospital. No word on how many people were injured.
1 person in Broward County is now being treated for a brain-eating amoeba that was contracted while swimming in unsanitary water. Today we're hearing from doctors about what kind of fight this patient is facing to recover. And Local 10's Danella Sabota is live to tell us more. Danella.
Well, good afternoon, Victor. Health experts say a person can get this deadly brain-eating amoeba by swimming in freshwater lakes, canals such as the one behind me, ponds, rivers. Now, the amoeba generally thrives in warm fresh water, and while it's extremely rare to get this, nearly all contracted cases are fatal. The Department of Health confirming a person from Broward County has contracted a deadly brain-eating amoeba called Naegleria fowleri.
This is a very unusual infection. It's also very severe, almost universally fatal.
The amoeba is a free-floating organism living in freshwater lakes, ponds, canals, and rivers.
So the main risk is fresh water that's warm. So you need the combination of the two really to allow this organism to propagate.
The Department of Health says the infected person contracted the disease after swimming in unsanitary water on private property, stopping short of saying just where this body of water is located.
I don't know why they wouldn't say,
that was
okay,
so
this
close.
Happened, so okay, well, we're not going anywhere near that.
David Bernstein is concerned about this waterborne illness. His home is situated near a lake in Weston, where earlier in the day, Sky 10 captured crews testing the water. While it's unclear what they were testing for, Bernstein says it happens quite often, and just yesterday he noticed a change.
Yesterday was definitely very murky. I couldn't, literally a foot into the water, I couldn't see the bottom, where normally it's very, very clear.
The infection destroys brain tissue and for the most part is fatal.
What happens is when you submerge the head in water, really, and the nasal passages, that's when there can be risk of infection, when this organism can invade.
Back in August of 2013, a teenager from Naples died from the illness.
13-year-old Zachary Reyna was kneeboarding in a ditch by his home when he contracted the fatal disease. He received treatment in Miami Children's Hospital, but died within weeks of getting the infection.
Now, symptoms include headaches, fevers, stiff neck, and confusion. And again, health experts want to warn the public that this is very rare. Only 35 cases have been reported since 1962. And they also say you can't get this by touching someone that's infected, being in the same room, or by drinking tap water. It's normally, you normally get the infection as the water goes up your nasal passages. For now, reporting live in Weston, Nella Sterling, Local 10 News.
Sanella, thank you.
From warnings about avoiding standing water to an all-out aerial assault, state and local officials are battling the Zika virus every way they can.
Meanwhile, right now, clinical trials are underway for a Zika vaccine, and South Florida is at the forefront of those efforts. Local 10's medical specialist Christy Kruger has the details.
Mosquitoes have long been carriers of disease, but the rapid spread of the Zika virus has many of us on edge. The push for protection never greater, moving research efforts into high gear and making South Florida a site for a clinical trial into a possible vaccine.
It all started as the outbreak started to unfold in Brazil.
Dr. Scott White, Vice President of Clinical Development at Inovio Pharmaceuticals, says Miami was the first of 3 clinical sites in the trial to vaccinate a patient.
Our technology, while very applicable to therapeutic uses and cancer and infectious diseases, also is very well suited to rapidly develop a vaccine preventative for emerging infectious diseases.
Rather than using a version of the virus itself, the research team used genetic sequencing from early strains of Zika to create a computer-generated model for this vaccine.
What we aim to do with it is to cover not just the specific strain that's in an area now, but to offer broader coverage as the virus may change in the future.
All right, so to put this into some perspective for you, the 4 months it took to get this potential vaccine from a lab to human testing is really unprecedented. It shows just how seriously the government is taking this virus. And while researchers should have some answers about the benefits of the vaccine by the end of the year, no one knows quite yet how quickly the vaccine will be available to all of us. And one more note on this, more testing of this particular drug is expected to start in the Caribbean very soon to see if it can also be used to treat people already infected with Zika. So a lot for us to keep our eyes on. Janine?